130, the song Treat You Better by Shawn Mendes, and oh boy, I am so excited about this song. It is so awesome, and we have to jump right in. But before that, first of all, the song is in standard tuning, and second of all, you can play it on both acoustic and electric guitar, so don't worry about either of that, and let's jump right into the intro and first. So first of all, let's take a look at the chords that we are going to use in this song. We started all off with an A sharp minor. We put our first finger on the 6th over all of these strings, and we put our third finger onto the 8th on the 5th string, and our pinky onto the 8th onto the 4th string. And what we do now is we put our guitar picks away for now, and we use our fingers. We use our thumb to pick the 6th string. We now use our thumb to pick the 6th string, our first finger to pick the 4th string, and our second finger to pick the 3rd string. Just like that. Then we slide down onto a G sharp major. So we now have our first finger on the 4th on the 6th string, third finger on the 6th on the 5th string, and pinky on the 6th on the 4th string. And now we have to add our second finger and put it onto the 5th on the 3rd string. And we do the exact same thing. Thumb, first finger and second finger, and we slide down onto an F sharp major. So we are now in the exact same position as on the G sharp major, only 2 frets down. So we have our first finger on the 2nd on the 6th string, third finger on the 4th on the 5th string, and pinky on the 4th on the 4th string, and second finger on the 3rd on the 3rd string. And now what do we do with these chords? We pick the third one, the A sharp minor, 3 times. We slide down onto the G sharp major, pick that one 3 times. And then we do it 5 times on the F sharp major. Because now we have to slide back up onto the G sharp major and pick that one once. Just go. We start it all over again, and that is already the entire first and intro. So now let's jump right into that insanely awesome chorus that you saw me play in the intro. And the only difference here is that we've got one new chord and that we use easier versions of these chords now, because we use the power chord versions. If you want to be extremely correct, it's no longer the A sharp minor that we start on, but the A sharp 5. But it's essentially the exact same thing. But now we put our first finger only onto the 6th on the 6th string. And we put our third finger onto the 8th on the 5th string, and our pinky onto the 8th on the 4th string. As you can hear, we got that deeper, more powerful vibe to it now, and that is exactly what we want in that chorus. And what we do should sound like this. We go down, down, up. Up, down, up. Down, down, up, down, up. Then we slide down onto the G sharp 5. So the exact same thing, 2 frets lower on the 4th and 6th. And then the F sharp 5, exact same thing, 2 frets even lower than the G sharp 5. And now we get to know a new chord, the C sharp 5. We have to jump onto the 4th and 6th on the 5th, 4th and 3rd string. We've got our first finger on the 4th on the 5th string, third finger on the 6th on the 4th string, and pinky on the 6th on the 3rd string. And now we have to mute the 6th string with our first finger by slightly touching it. And what we do here is down, up, down, up. Up, down, up. That is the whole chorus. And let's move on to the bridge. But you know what? Right before the bridge gets started, we've got an awesome little solo in there, which I personally absolutely love. And that solo isn't too hard either, so let's jump right into that before jumping into that bridge. So what do we do here? We put our first finger onto the 8th on the 4th string. Our 3rd finger onto the 10th on the 3rd string. Pick that once more. Lift the 3rd finger off and put our first finger onto the 8th on the 3rd string. Now we put our 3rd finger onto the 11th on the 4th string. And our first finger back onto the 8th on the 4th string. Second time we do it, we go as before, 8, 10, 8 on the 3rd string. Now we put our 3rd finger back onto the 10th on the 3rd string. Lift it back off, 8th on the 3rd string. And 3rd finger onto the 11th on the 4th string. And then we go back to our first version. In between we just go. So we simply go back onto our last chord of the chorus onto the C sharp 5, and we just do the exact same thing as in the chorus. But you don't have to do that because switching over to that chord and going back onto the solo part is quite difficult. That's why they are using two guitars. Shawn is playing his part and he's got a rhythm guitarist in the background who is filling that little gap in between those two repeats. But we don't have to, so we can just take a little break and then go back to that riff. And that is the whole solo part. And now I've got some great news for you guys, because the bridge is actually the easiest part of the song, because we just go. So we just start on the A sharp 5 and strum down once. Then we slide 2 frets up onto the C5. We've now got our first finger on the 8th on the 6th string, third finger on the 10th on the 5th string, and pinky on the 10th on the 4th string. Then we jump onto our C sharp 5, which we already know as well. And onto our F sharp 5. And the second time we do it, or every other time, we simply skip our second chord. So we just go A sharp, C sharp, F sharp. And And that is the entire bridge. And that is already the entire song. I hope you guys liked this video. Leave a thumbs up if you did. Helps me a lot. Keep on subscribing. And if you want to stay up to date on what's going to be new on the channel, and check out my Facebook page or my Twitter page. Both links are down in the description. And if you want to get a sweet discount on all of the games for all of the consoles, then check out g2a.com. Link is down there as well. And if you really feel like supporting the channel, link to my Patreon page down there as well. Get some sweet rewards by becoming my patron and help the channel out at the same time. And as always, I hope that I will see you guys next time.